Well, hi Taurus, welcome to Universal Guidance Tarot. It's time for your fairy reading. Wow, fairy. Okay, I've shuffled very well. I'm going to shuffle a few more times. This is a two-part reading. The overall energy of this reading will be in the middle of the first part of the reading, Taurus. So, here we go. Taurus, fairy. There you are. As an earth sign, first card out. All cards are male or female. If this reading does not resonate, check your moon sign. That is your private and emotional self. Or get a private reading from someone that you trust. Here we go for Taurus. Actually, the Empress can be Taurus too. Libra or Taurus. Okay. Well, Taurus, I have the Eight of Cups surrounding your entire reading. This is turning your back on love, walking away from love. Sometimes you're walking towards something else, okay, as you're doing this. So this is surrounding your entire reading. Let's find out what's going on. Up here in your highest energy, the Queen of Pentacles. These are the two strongest energies in your entire reading. So you're focused on the future. You want to work on your future, your security, your stability, your groundedness. So you might have had to turn your back on love to find something more grounded, maybe even a commitment. Maybe you're turning your back on love because a commitment wasn't there or not working out. Let's just keep reading. I have the Empress next to the Queen of Pentacles. The Empress, card for Leo or Taurus. So there you go again, Taurus. Oh, also I want to point out with the Queen of Pentacles, this is Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So you have Virgo or Capricorn also in your chart someplace, or Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn could be in someone else's chart also around this reading, but it's your energy. And your energy here with the Empress, this is going to be you, Taurus. There can be Libra in your chart or in someone else's chart around this reading, but the universe likes to put this card out there, and especially up here in your highest energy. You deserve good things. You are a beautiful person inside. You have so much to offer. You are kind and loving and supportive and considerate and thoughtful, and I can go on and on. You have so many beautiful qualities about you. So whoever you do move forward with must have a lot of those same qualities or it will not work. So I feel like with this one is you're committable. You can give your all into a relationship if you want, but I don't think they were, and that is how I'm feeling because I have the Tower card right next to the Empress. So I feel like that there has been a blow up by the walking away in this situation. I'm not sure who did it, but someone did walk away. And there might have been an argument. It might have been a big deal when this happened, with the Tower moment being here. Or it could be just all up in your head, this Tower that's going over what happened over and over in your mind. But you still know that you need a secure and stable relationship, and you want a commitment, and you want the things, you're looking towards the future. So under the Queen of Pentacles, I have the Four of Wands. This is about union between two people. This is the soulmate energy of them. This is love, joy, and union between two people. So this is under the Queen of Pentacles. I think this is what you were looking for. This is maybe what you weren't getting, was the union part of this, okay? So perhaps that made you second guess the love because the commitment wasn't coming in. You have walked away or they have walked away. There might have been an argument about it. I have the Hermit next to the Eight of Cups and under the Tower. This is the card for Virgo. Virgo might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around this reading. That gives us 2 for Virgo for counting the Queen of Pentacles. But the Hermit, this is seeking your path forward. You're taking a path, okay? You seem to be going ahead and moving away from this situation. So the Hermit is it's like your time spent alone. You're seeking your path forward, like, now what do I do? Where do I go? The Hermit hears you. And so this is like the universe. It's very spiritual. The Hermit shining the lantern on the walking away. It's also pointing out the Tower moment. And I always look at the cards around these types of cards, these very spiritual cards, because they're very close to the energy of the card. So I do have the Two of Pentacles under the Four of Wands. There's those pentacles. But it's like you were in a relationship here where sometimes you felt like it can become committed and long term, and other times you're like, no, I don't see it, don't feel it. And it was like riding a roller coaster. It was a rocky road. Look at the ships bouncing around out there in the water. Your emotions were all over the place because you couldn't decide what direction is this relationship going in until finally there was some decision made. We have the Queen of Cups next to the Two of Pentacles and under the Eight of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is, this is the only cup in the deck that has a lid on it. There's windows all the way around. And what the Queen's trying to do is get answers to love questions. So this is what's on your mind. This is what you were doing before you walked away. It's like, well, if they can't commit, they probably don't love me that much, you know? Or how can they walk away? They must not have loved me. Or, you know, why couldn't I see this coming or going to happen? Whatever the love questions are, the answers are in the cup. So this is water, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer that might be strong in your chart someplace or someone else's around this reading. But then I have the Knight of Cups next to the Queen of Cups and under the Hermit. So really look at this card. This is an offer. This is a sincere love offer. I don't know if they're trying to come in sincerely with this cup or if someone else is yet. But the Hermit is definitely telling us there's love on the way. There is a sincere offer coming in. Let's take out the second part of this reading. See where this goes. Or this. One more shuffle for Taurus. Taurus, what else do we need to know? Okay, I have the Five of Cups. This is next to the Tower card. Yeah. You were very disappointed in the love side of this relationship. You're looking at spilled cups here. But I call this the card of hope because there's two full cups here. And look, there's a cup coming in. So this is the card of hope, although probably while I'm doing this reading, you are definitely looking at spilled cups. They've been kicked over, disappointments in love. This Five of Cups, and it is next to this Tower card, so you know your mind is really on it. It's right next to the Magician. Up in your energy, there's the infinity symbol, the symbol of intuition and knowing. So you know that you have all the tools. Look, you have all the tools to make a relationship work. You have a cup of love. You have a pentacle. You have a wand. You have a sword of truth and clarity. Wands of fresh starts, new beginnings. And the pentacles are all, you know, what it starts with. Security, stability. You can provide all this and you know it. And you need to know that whoever comes into your life can also provide those things. Right next to the Magician is the Ace of Wands. There's a fresh start, new beginning coming in. Blooming. Look at that. So, who is this with? Is this with the same person or someone else? So there's hope and love going on here. A sincere cup is coming in. There is going to be a fresh start and a new beginning. You are going to be able to turn around and see the full cups of love. I have the Two of Swords next to the Hermit and under the Five of Cups. So this is, you know, I think, you know, where's that infinity symbol? I think you knew that things weren't as, like they were starting to fall apart or there was something wrong with the relationship. And I don't think you dealt with it for a while. I think you just kind of stayed in it, hoping things would work out because the arms are guarding your heart. Your swords are up in self-protection, and you're protecting your heart is what you're doing. You got a blindfold on, so you weren't dealing with the situation. You were just kind of like burying your head in the sand, just hoping that it would all work out. And then there's this big blow up. So this Two of Swords here, right under that Five of Cups, it never lasts. And the Hermit knows it, and they know that you could have dealt with this earlier. It might have got out of hand. Might have been a blow up because you held things in and then it exploded. Something like that. I have the High Priestess next to the Two of Swords and under the Magician. So this is the card in the tarot deck for intuition and knowing, okay? So right under the Magician, and if you pull back that pomegranate curtain, and just what it's saying is, this is like advice. It's like, listen to what you're telling yourself. Pay attention to what your gut is telling you, your heart. Just go with it. Don't ignore it. Don't put a blindfold on. Don't just, be brave. Let your guard down and deal with situations as you see them come up. So if you feel like there might be something wrong, there probably is. And, go for it. Find out what it is so that you can deal with it so it doesn't fester. And I feel like whatever happened here festered to a point of the Tower. But you are entering a new life cycle. I have the World here, right next to the High Priestess. Remember, you're at fresh start, new beginning, right under the Ace of Wands. You are entering a new life cycle. Actually, the Magician is pointing right at the World. So you're manifesting a new life cycle now. And I'm still I'm not sure if it's them or not. I have the King of Swords under the Two of Swords or the Knight, and next to the Knight of Cups. This is air energy, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius that might be strong in your chart, their chart, or around the reading. That gives us 2 for Libra if we want to count. And if that's the case for you, it's the same person coming in, okay, for sure. But this is your energy, have your sword up. So the sword's still up, but your blindfold's off. So this is seeking the truth, seeking the clarity when they come in with a sincere cup of love. And you go forward cautiously. So you've like learned a lesson, and I know you've learned a lesson. I got the Judgment card over here. So all of this has been a spiritual lesson, and I think it is don't let things fester. If that's what's happening here. Don't let them get out of hand, because that's what happens when you don't deal with things as they come. They start to build and build. And then the other person has no idea that there's a problem until you blow up, and then everything and that might be what I see here that's happening. I have the Page of Cups next to the King of Swords and under the High Priestess. You're feeling like all you were getting was a Page of Cups. Could be Pisces. This is a fish in a cup. So Pisces could be strong in your chart or their chart or around the reading. But I feel like you were feeling like you were getting a cup of love that was tainted. There wasn't enough room for love. And I think it's because they weren't coming forth with any type of commitment. And I don't think you were moving forward like you wanted to. It really feels like they might have air in their chart, Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius, someplace. So your gut kept telling you that you weren't receiving the love that you thought you should receive because this relationship was not moving forward. And I think you turned your back on it. I think there was a blow up. I think you turned your back on it. But this was all a spiritual lesson. And I think it was for you and them, because it's right under the new life cycle, right under the fresh start, new beginnings. It's right next to this Page of Cups, which I think is now becoming the Knight of Cups. So I think they're going to make it clear to you that they do have feelings for you. It's like this cup came from here, this missing cup in the Eight of Cups. It's like, no, I have love for you. I'm sorry that you weren't feeling that way, and I don't know what else is going to be said, but I think you're going to move forward with them. And but this has all been a spiritual lesson, and I think it is not. Don't keep things bottled up. Let things, come out and resolve as they happen. Guardian angels and spirit guides are here, and they've been blowing this horn down on you to get you to awaken. I think it's to get you to take the blindfold off, drop the swords, and confront your demons, which is, what is bothering you. So this has been a spiritual lesson that you've awakened to, but I feel like they've awakened to because I don't think they realized that you were feeling cheated in love, and they probably felt like they were doing all the right things when it just wasn't working for you. And I think by the communication, I think you're going to be able to move forward. You're going to do it cautiously, but I feel like they're going to offer to continue this relationship and try better and try harder and to try to move into a new life cycle, to move forward finally. And that's what you've been wanting to do, is start to move forward in this relationship. So what's on the bottom of the deck, Taurus? Oh gosh, the Six of Wands. Yeah, this is a card for success in love. And here you are looking at spilled cups. Here it's laying right on a blow up of a relationship where somebody walked away. I don't think you're quite really together as I'm reading these. But I think you're coming back together. I think you're going to turn around and see the hope. I think they're coming back in. And everybody sees you as a couple. You know, I think you've been together that long. All these wands coming up in the background. These are people who celebrate your togetherness, your success in love. The wreath is about engagements. So there could be an engagement on the horizon, which would be a pentacle for sure. So Taurus, this is your reading. Thank you for watching Universal Guidance Tarot.